Hi, I'm Andy. Today we're going to be making a head-mounted nose flicker. What you'll need is a solder iron, solder, 4 AA batteries. Perhaps you'd like a holder for the batteries. Personally, when I make these, I always get a holder to go along with it. You'll need for this amount of voltage, we'll have a 6-volt battery. Sorry, 6-volt motor. And then for the head mount, we'll be using just your normal everyday hangers. I bought 2 types of hangers. These are going to be for around the head. They'll actually be touching your skin and your scalp. Alright, so first we'll start with making the head mount. Now you'll have to unwrap these hangers so that they're free to work. We're free to work. You know, unwrap 4 or 5. We're gonna try to go with 4 today. And then so these are good to go for later. Now we're gonna go back to the motor, and we're gonna make a hanger, which we're gonna use this hanger to hold the motor, so that once we have our hanger helmet, it's gonna sit in front of your face, and it's gonna be the perfect distance. You put a piece of tape on there, it works wonderful. So let's just unwrap this one. These ones are a little bit more difficult to work with, but just be careful that you don't cut your hands. Okay, great. So let's start by making a little holder for this electric motor. Now what I like to do, so ideally you'd like to have this wrapped around this motor, so that it makes a nice little carrying case. I'm gonna actually put on my glove just to be safe. You guys can do that too if you'd like. So you just kind of twist the hanger around the motor so that it fits pretty snug. And this plastic piece that you can see is coming off, you can go ahead and rip that off if you don't want it. It's not going to really hurt our nose flicking device, so we're just going to leave it on. Okay, so maybe I like to do 3 wraparounds. Okay. And now you don't need a thick wire cutter. A lot of people say, you have to go. They don't make these because you have to go to a hardware store and buy a super expensive wire cutter. But what I like to do is I can just take it and bend it back and forth like this, and you do it about 2 or 3 times in the same spot, and this hanger will actually break. No wire cutter needed. So I'll just give it a minute. Now that we've removed this piece that we don't need, also if you see on the bottom, I've kind of created a little space so that this simply drops in there and rests. We're not going to cut off the excess hanger on this side, because we want to make the head mounting piece first so that we know how much, and get a nice distance away from your face. So something like this, for example, might be suitable. Or if you have a longer piece of tape, then you could go a little bit further to face it. Depends on the effect that you want. So this is good. Now let's begin by soldering together our battery compartment with the motor. So just get it right on the tip. Don't let it drop on you because it's really hot. Okay? Now you take that solder and a wire, and we're just gonna solder it up. Solder it all in there. You see? You see how the solder, you can just kind of mold it like that? Okay. Now I'm gonna actually kind of shove this wire in there so that we get a nice start for. As you see, we have the battery compartment now soldered to the motor. So next we're going to mold these hangers into a helmet. Okay. So just to get started, let's see. I'm going to put this hanger right here, so that we make a loop approximately the size of a human head. And once you have this humanoid shape, place it over your head. And now we're going to grab another hanger. So now we have our first vertical support, and we're going to need another support. We're going to have 2 total that go around your head in a horizontal direction. So again, make the humanoid shape like this. Just make sure it goes around your head. And now this way. Good, good. We're going to need this a little bit more tight, but that's okay because we're going to take this off, and we're actually going to twist. It's going to look like this when it's done. But we're going to twist the hanger around the vertical support so that it stays on. No glue needed, just playing with hangers, just like Dad used to. So, here we go. Let's start twisting this hanger around the vertical support. Now I'm going to throw on my glasses. This part gets kind of tricky. You don't want to poke your eye out. These are sharp, remember? So safety first. And we're just twisting. Well, that's going to happen every once in a while. It's okay. We actually don't need the whole piece anyways. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, kind of like a twisty tie. If you remember when we unwrapped these hangers, they had these little twirls in them, and I'm just going to reuse those same twirls. Okay, good. It's okay if it slides for now, because we're going to have another piece that holds it in place. So just do the same to the other side. Remember, try to keep that humanoid shape so that it doesn't, so it works. Okay, cool. All right. So again, we're just going to come around, do a quick bend, and then we're going to twist around. There we go. That's good. It looks good. Okay, so we'll have 2 vertical supports and also 2 horizontal supports. Right now we have 1 of them in place. Just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. Yeah. Buckle this on, and now we're going to have 1 more that is somewhat vertical, maybe on a slant that comes down to here, and then we'll have another one that goes across your forehead, and of course 1 that goes on the back side too to hold the helmet together. And we just unsnap this. Good. Okay, so just like before, I'm going to take a new hanger. Right. And again, we want to go for that nice humanoid shape, so I always like to start by wrapping it around my head. Like this. Oops, let's get the string out a little more. Okay, good. The humanoid. Good. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit higher this time. And, you know, maybe we'll go around back. Adjustable strap so that we can put this around your head like this, and then pull forward like that, nice and tight. Good. So then the next step is we're going to take this head mount that we made in the beginning, and we're going to mount it so that's right in front, right below your nose, and then we'll also have to mount the battery compartment, and of course the motor will rest right in here. Nice. It'll be nice. So let's take this thing off and finish the nose sticker. So last is so you can start to see this thing take shape, how it's going to look. We're going to have the motor in there, and so we're going to need something about this far away. Some people put it at the ear location. I think because I kind of went in that direction with the hanger, I'm going to put it in the front by the mouth. And you just want to be careful, because remember you soldered this and it's not. Sometimes it's a little tricky figuring out which direction the batteries go. And we're going to put all of them except one in there. That's so that since we don't have a switch to this device, we don't want it running all the time. So we'll simply put it in and take it out. So we want to tape the rest of them together. And that's simple. So we put it on this mount that we made with the hanger. And just want to wrap around the outside, just like that. That's really good, looking really good. You know, a few times you want this to stay put while you're, you know, whatever you're doing with your nose flicker. Maybe you're off-roading or on a boat. You know, you have the shaking of the boat. So yeah, just get that in there. That should be good. Yeah. This is looking really nice. And the last is we want to center this nose flicker so that's in the center of your face. Oops. Okay, this is okay. So what happened here is my soldering job was poor that I did on the motor. So we're just going to mount this in there. And now I like to take, so here, for instance, here's a little piece that I broke off before. I'm just going to secure the motor in there like this. It's really simple. Twist, just like that. Well, we don't need to do that for this. Alright, so the last part is we need the actual flicker on the motor. So we're going to take a nice long piece of tape and then fold it back on itself like this. Okay, good. This is more than enough, but just to, in this example, we're going to cut that tape. And now we're going to wrap it around the end of the motor like this. It's real simple, just like that. And so now when it spins, it's gonna flick you in the nose just like it's supposed to. Alright, so now that you have all your soldering, you have your battery pack mounted on the head mount, let's put this thing on and see what it can do. Good. Okay, good. Alright, just make some last minute adjustments. So this is not actually it. So we're ready to go. And let's start. Remember, we don't have an on switch, so we're just going to plug this last battery in. And there you have it. Your very own nose flicker. You can get it. And it's actually designed so that it rests, it spins on its own in front of you, so only when you want to be flicked, you just hold it up. So as you can see, if I don't want to be flicked, I just put it down, and I'll be flicked, hold it up.